Hi, I'm Tom Spiggle with the Spiggle Law Firm, where we represent women who've been fired or afraid that they might be. I'm also author of the book, You're Pregnant, You're Fired. Today, I want to talk to you about how to find the best employment lawyer who represents employees for your case. So if you've suffered wrongful termination, you've been discriminated against, perhaps you're a whistleblower, where I would recommend that someone find an attorney to represent you, how I would do that online. The first place I would go is to any search engine. I'm going to go to Google, and I would type in NELA.org. You'll notice here that the first thing I pull up is an ad. I would not go, this is not what I'm looking for. It doesn't mean it's a good resource, but you'll notice it's an ad. I'm looking for NELA in particular .org. So this is the site. I'm going to pull it up. There are two places you can go to find a lawyer. And just so you know, the National Employment Lawyers Association is the association for lawyers who specialize or focus on representing employees. So this has got a lot of other information on it here that may be of use to you, but today I'm focusing on how to find a lawyer. You can go to this badge here on the right, find a lawyer, and you'll also see it on the left, find a lawyer directory. They'll take you to the same place. So I'm going to click here. This takes me to the Find a Lawyer page. Don't use the search function here. It's not what you need on the right-hand corner. You'll notice there's some good information under the Find a Lawyer section here. I'm not going to review that right now. You scroll down. If you have a name, someone who's been referred to you, you can enter that name here to see if they are part of this organization. But for these purposes here, I'm going to assume that you don't have a name. That's why you're looking online. And I would recommend that you go as broadly as you can. So it's got city here. This is where I would start. If you're in a place like California, I would narrow it down. So for example, if you're in Los Angeles, type that. If you're in you could try a whole state. For instance, if I'm in Kansas and I want to find somebody in Kansas, type the whole state, hit return, and it's going to pull up a list of folks. These are attorneys are in no particular order. Some of them have more beefed up thumbnails here with pictures and all that. The people who are part of NELA generally are folks who know what they're doing in this area. Now, I can't guarantee all of them, nor does NELA on this site. As long as you qualify to be a part of NELA, so a certain part of your practice is representing employees and you pay to be on the site, it's not a tremendous amount, but you pay to be on the site, then you can be a part of it. So it doesn't guarantee that these folks are going to be the best for your case, but generally, the list of folks on NELA you can generally assume they know what they're talking about. Now, this is a more limited list. This doesn't mean that if somebody's not on this list, they're not a good employment law attorney. It just means that they are not part of NELA or they haven't paid to be on this list. But this is a good foundational place to start. Another good place to look are for state-level organizations that are part of NELA. So, and a good way to find that is to type your state name and employee lawyer association. So I'm going to type in California. It's filled it in here for me. California Employment Lawyers Association. You could do Colorado. You could do, fill in the name of your state. I'm going to go to California. Again, I'm going to get an ad first thing. Doesn't mean that this isn't a good resource, but not what I'm looking for here. I'm going to scroll down to my California Employment Lawyers Association, click here, and you'll see in the top right-hand corner, I've got a find a lawyer function, and you can use this to find a lawyer in the California area. These resources usually will give you an even broader list than NELA. There'll be a lot of overlap. There'll be a lot of people that'll be on this list that will also be on the NELA list. But the state organizations tend to be a bit broader. Again, same thing. The folks who've gone through the trouble to get on the site and who've been qualified to get on the site by virtue of the fact that a certain amount of their practice is representing employees probably means that they know what they're talking about. No guarantee, but probably. So this can be a good place, a good foundational place to start when you're building your list. Now, another good place to go, let me say, this is not a paid promotion. I'm not paid to promote any of these sites, but another place to go is AVVO, A-V-V-O, you see it filled it in here, .com, so this is not a .org. And you're going to pull this up here. You can either enter the practice area here, employment lawyer, If you forget that or for whatever reason, you can scroll down here. You can search by practice area. You'll see that they've got employment attorneys down here. You know, you could search for litigation attorneys. That's going to give you a much broader list than employment lawyers. I would start with employment lawyers. So you can click here, but let's assume you're starting up here. And let's assuming I'm looking in Colorado. So I've entered Colorado as my area. Enter employment law, search. And here's your list. They're gonna pull up a list of folks. Again, this is gonna be your broadest, one of your broadest lists, more broad than certainly NELA and even the state level organizations. There's gonna be a fair amount of overlap. You know, just because somebody is on this list and not on the NELA or the state level organization, it doesn't mean that they don't know what they're doing. It just means they're not on that list. They could be very good. So this is a good place to start. And I would start here before I would do a general Google search. And I'm going to be doing another video where I talk about that. But this is, if I were looking for an employment law attorney or advising somebody how to do this, these are the places I would start to build my list. You can also, if you would like, you can go to our law firm's website, spigglelaw.com. You go to the top right-hand corner here, click on the no cost online review, fill out your information in these boxes. The information then gets sent usually to a lawyer, often me, or somebody high level within the firm, where we review your information, see if we can help you, and then we'll reach out to you either by email or by phone. If you're not within our jurisdiction or we can't help you, we will send you an email letting you know that and also giving you some information about how to find a lawyer in your area. So top line, that's what I would do if I were searching for an employment law attorney. You can certainly reach out to me by email, tom@spigglelaw.com. That's SPIGGLE law.com. And you can ask for our guide, the 10 tips to follow when finding an employment attorney. And we'll send you some written information that'll give you more guidance on how to find an attorney. And of course, you can look at a longer video that I'm going to have up that gets some guidance on how to kind of weed through the list of attorneys that you're going to get when you do this kind of search. I hope this has been helpful, and I wish you the very best of luck.